Mula sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, at sa iba't ibang sulok ng mundo, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong panonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Today, we are coming to you live from the home of the MPBL's second season champions, the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in the city of San Juan, wherein we're going to feature two all-star starters for the North Division. That is Greg Slaughter, who will be accompanied by Will Macaloni and Balti Baltazar in their front court. Their starting point guard will be Orlan Wamar, who will be paired up with Lawrence Victoria of the Pasay Voyagers. But today, it's Orlan Wamar versus Greg Slaughter here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. And in the words of some Manila players, they will treat Orlan Wamar like Stephen Curry for the San Juan Knights. Let's see if they can cover him properly, as Orlan is averaging 12 points per game this season to try to counter the 16 points per outing of Greg Zilla himself. It is Manila versus San Juan, as we thank you for joining us. This is Mixed Comments at your service, alongside the master tactician of the MPBL broadcast team, Coach Louie Gonzalez. Now, Coach Lou, we have broken it down in this season that San Juan has retooled. They have recruited a lot of young and athletic forwards, even some centers for their squad. But do you think they also have enough to try to neutralize Greg Zilla in the interior?
And that's one thing na talagang we're gonna look into, because again, both teams have different dynamics. San Juan right now is a well-oiled machine. Alam mo yun, up against big teams, they were beating big teams in double digits mix. But this is a different challenge, because especially merong itong Manila na wala sila, na hindi pa nila na-experience a Greg Slaughter.
By the way, it's not just Greg Slaughter for Manila. They also have Raba Luceni available in this game, and Carl Brian Cruz. So it's going to be a tough cover for the San Juan Knights, who did defeat the Quezon Huskers by 30 points on their home floor. And by the way, we do have our courtside reporter present for our outing. That is Megan Cabrera. Megan, what do you have for us?
Migs and Coach Louie, para sa Manila, going up against a top team, bawal maratel, and composure is the name of the game. It's mental as much as it is physical, and they have to have each other's backs. Para naman sa San Juan, as always, excited to be back on their home court, and syempre always coming in prepared. Sabi nga nila, malakas ang kalaban, so even the mental and tactical aspect of it, they want to have it on lock. Migs and Coach Louie.
Well, they have been very sharp here on their home floor, winning 7 games, and their lone loss came in this venue against the Rizal Golden Coolers, but they do have a winning margin of plus 18 here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. So let's see if that will pay off in today's outing versus Manila. These two teams are actually in the top 4 picture of the North Division.
And what at stake right now is really the home court advantage. San Juan's at second place with 20 wins and 1 loss. Alam mo yun, ang pinoproteksyon ng San Juan kasi ng San Juan right now is to keep it close with our number 1 team sa North Division, Pampanga. Manila, they're steady at 4th place, pero alam mo yon, maraming games na hindi sila kompleto, pero every time na kompleto sila, they are very competitive.
And by the way, for everybody's information, let me read this from my list. The Manila team will go up against Pampanga on August 26 here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. But for San Juan, they will take on Balti Baltazar and the rest of the Giant Lanterns inside the Cuneta Astrodome on August 30. So good luck to them. But now, we have some numbers to discuss for you guys, especially if you talk about these San Juan Knights. They're already in the top 3 in a lot of categories, 7 to be exact. But in these numbers, Coach Louie, what stands out the most for you?
Points scored and rebounding. Alam mo, malaking bagay yan. Kasi points scored, the reason being San Juan being the number 1 team in terms of bench points. So talagang overall, they do it as a unit. Alam mo, hanggang 11 player nila, ang scoring nasa 5 points per game. So napakalaking bagay. In terms of assists, halos nandyan lang. Points in the paint, San Juan, 42.1/3. Pero alam mo yun, compared kasi yung points in the paint ng Manila, talagang galing sa post-up. Points in the paint ng San Juan, galing sa stops. Tapos nako-convert nila into fast break points.
That being said, should we also take note of fast break scoring in this outing?
Talagang that's one thing na kailangan i-neutralize ng Manila right now. Itong San Juan scoring at 21.7 fast break points per game. Tapos 11 point something lang itong Manila. Another thing is the bench points. Nasa 33 lang yung the average bench points ng Manila. Nasa 50 plus itong San Juan. So again, kailangan all systems go for the Manila SB squad in order to compete against a very dangerous San Juan Knights.
All systems actually went for them in their previous game. Talking about Manila versus the Negros Muscovados, it was a big win for them. They won by 25 points.
Oo, against that Negros Muscovados that's been playing well also. Akala mo, ang sa akin dito, ito, Tonino Gonzaga really delivered for it in this game. Pero sa akin, malaking factor din yung pagdating ni Josh Toralba in his last 3 games, averaging 9.1 points per game in 19 minutes. So, tingnan natin yung head-to-head. They shot the ball way better at 46%. Kita mo yung 3-point field goal, 33.3. That's very high. Rebounding, ito na yung makita nating normal, especially pag nandyan regularly si Greg Slaughter, 55 compared to 39-15 coming from the offensive end. Then points in the paint, they are plus 16.
Let's see if Greg Slaughter can actually dominate the interior against Dexter Marquez and company in this matchup. There will be no Michael Calisaan for San Juan, who has been absent because of a leg injury since we began the month of August. Now let's talk about the previous game of these Knights. It was actually a 39-point victory versus Imos.
Oo, alam mo yung pag may kalabang malakas dito yung San Juan Knights, parang ang tendency mo, you get excited. But once the game started, grabe, yung parang pinapatahimik tayo bigla kasi nagiging iba yung resulta ng laro eh. Talagang dinodominate nila yung kalaban nila regardless if it's a top team or teams na under 500.
By the way, they only have 3 games settled by less than 10 points in all of their 21 outings in this season.
Oo, if you look at the field goal percentage, they shot 50.6, almost 50%. Yung last time kalaban nila yung Quezon Huskers in their home court, halos ganun, nandun din yung average na yan. Rebounding, they're plus 14. Points in the paint, 56 to 36, plus 20. But ito yung sinasabi ko, look at the bench points, plus 37. Again, dahil halos lahat ng players nila hanggang 11th, 12th, 13th man, nagdi-deliver every single game.
They do average 54.5 bench points per game. That is number 1 in the entire MPBL. Can they come alive, which they usually do inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center as they take on Manila SV Batang Sampalo. We turn you over to Richard Campos.
Here at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, Manila versus your San Juan Knights. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6, presented by Extreme. Here are the starters. Let's begin with Manila SB Batang Sampaloc SGA. At forward number 31, Josh Toralba. One guard number 25, Renzo Navarro. Two guard number 0, Zags Gonzaga. Power forward number 17, Carl Brian Cruz. And at center number 20, Greg Zilla Slaughter. The head coach is Ariel Banguardia, assisted by Paolo Layug, Ren Noriega, and Max Diandante. Team consultant Charles Chu. Team managers Neil Arce and Ado Salazar. The team governor Joey Simanes. Team owners are Raymond Ang and Emilio Chu. And now, the MPBL Season 2 Datu Cup champion, your San Juan Knights. Go for gold! Playing center number 33, Jeff Tahunera. One guard number 24, Nico Panganiban. Also at guard number 14, H.M. Miranda. Small forward number 4, Mike Malonzo. And at power forward number 9, Dexter Marquez. San Juan Knights is led by the team owner, Honorable Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Assistant coaches, Nani Pundulan and the original Tapal King, the scholar Philip Cesar. Team Consultant, Congressman Brian
Yeah, our starting
Yansuan.
fives brought to you by Sports Max, powered by Play Max, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. Greg Slaughter will be accompanied by Carl Brian Cruz, Josh Oralba, Zach Gonzaga, and Enzo Navarro. The first guy who will be defending Greg Zilla is Jeff Tahonera of the San Juan Knights, who will be accompanied by Dexter Marquez, Mike Malonzo, AJ Miranda, and Nico Panganiban.
So Greg will expect a lot of pushing. Talagang kaya that will be Jeff Tahonera's assignment. Pero San Juan starting with a tall lineup, putting AJ Miranda to facilitate for them.
Ajam has been fantastic though in the past couple of outings for the San Juan Knights, including a 14-point outburst. He was the best player of San Juan versus the Quezon Huskers. Look at Tahonera try to cover Greg Zilla. It's going to be a long night for those two people as Toralba shoots and he scores.
And we know how the intensity and the smart of Josh Toralba, what he brings to the table, and it's gonna be crucial para sa campaign nitong San Juan versus by Manila versus San Juan.
Toralba did tell us that he is currently at the peak of his career after his stint in Korea. This is Marquez stretching out the floor and able to convert. And there's a pull down by Renzo Navarro.
Oo, siguro hindi lang dapik ng kanyang career, dapik din ng muscle eh. Ngayon ko lang nakita yung ganyang kalaking heft nito ni Josh Toralba.
He had a rather quiet night versus Negros because it was a big deficit after all for the Muscovado, so he didn't have to score that much. But in his first two games back in the MPBL, Toralba averaged 11 points per game. Miranda unable to score, rebound Zags. Toralba now going to his facilitator, Renzo Navarro, the leading man in terms of assists in the MPBL. CBC fires. Short, rebound Slaughter, and that's basket and one for Greg Zilla.
Again, it's gonna be that will be ito yung challenge right now for the San Juan Knights. Pick and pop action coming from Brian Cruz that you know that you can nail it from the long range. Tapos no, naka-seal down low lang itong si Greg Zilla.
Slaughter does average 4 offensive rebounds per game for a total of 10 boards per outing. He is number 2 in the league in that category. Of course, next to Balti Baltazar. Greg Zilla has 1 loss officially in his MPBL career, but that's a game where he only played in the 3rd and 4th quarters. So he hasn't actually lost a full game, as that's a push by Tahonera. He really had to let Greg Zilla know about his presence.
Yeah. And sabi ni Jeff, meron pa akong 3. You know that John Sally rule when he was
With Detroit.
With Detroit, and yung patapos na yung career niya with the Chicago Bulls. Diba?
Bad boy na bad boy.
Oh,
no?
he was there para kasi alam ni Phil Jackson na kung paano gagamitin ni John Sally yung fouls niya.
On the other end, it's the first 2 points of San Juan, courtesy of Dexter Marquez.
See how fast San Juan in that last possession. AJ Miranda talagang speeding up yung kanilang syempre alam naman natin na isa to sa mga team that gets a lot of points out of transition.
By the way, the Miranda and Marquez duo were very effective against the Quezon Huskers. Miranda was the best player, but Marquez had 16 and 15 as his numbers. Good strip there. And it's a turnover for San Juan. By the way, it's a pretty intense start for us inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, as this fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Max, powered by Play Max, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. If you think about it, if San Juan actually loses this game to Manila, this could be the ultimate statement game as of yet for Greg Slaughter and the rest of Batang Sampaloc.
Oo naman. And also, vice versa.
For San Juan as
For
well.
San Juan as well.
Well, Greg Slaughter was stopped by that double of Tahonera and Marquez in that previous sequence. Here's AJ Miranda working with Marquez and Tahonera. AJ calling out to play. It's Dexter Marquez now. 10 on the shot clock. Again, CBC. Bounce pass onto the cutter, and there's a foul on the floor.
And that will be the challenge now with Renzo Navarro. Talagang, I think that's by design na ima-match up agad si AGM sa kanya para pagurin siya. Kasi AGM loves to keep on moving from the weak side. Every time he gets that basketball, attacks right away.
And Navarro will now have to sit down. Jimboy Pastoran is in the game. That's a guy who has started so well in his stint with Manila. Even having a best player of the game honor past couple of games back. It's a steal by Jimboy. Toralba for three. In and out. Rebound, Marquez. 3 minutes gone by.
If Manila will have possession that fast, hindi nila mamamaximize itong si Greg Slaughter.
He won't even be able to go down. Malonzo lost it. It's another steal. Toralba serving and feeding. Zags to Jimboy for three. That's good.
Again, the comfortability of Jimboy Pastoran playing here in the Phil Oil San Juan Arena.
Home court.
Home court yan,
9-2 is the tally. Marquez trying to back down. That's a tough matchup against CBC. Marquez leaning in. No good. Rebound, Greg Zilla. Forward pass to Zags. Carl Brian Cruz going to Jimboy Pastoran. Now it's Greg Slaughter. Almost swiped away by Marquez.
If you notice, talagang we just started almost halfway sa ating first quarter pa lang. Kita mo yung pawis na ni Greg Slaughter because he really needs to work his way in there inside the paint.
Tahonera, by the way, is really sticking it up with Greg Slaughter. There should be some mind games going on, but Greg is not biting as of yet. This three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Jimboy Pastoran able to deliver from the corner. Those are his first 3 points in this matchup.
Kaya exciting din talaga ang ating North Division
Panganiban. That pass was too high and too long. Here you see Senator Jinggoy Estrada looking so good tonight inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Pasok dito. Pinakamagaling na 3-point shooter sa 6th season ng MPBL, AC Soberano, a guy who's shooting at a 48% clip from downtown.
Grabe. That's high.
And he's had 2 games hitting 7 threes. That was against Bataan and Marikina respectively. Manila inbounds, they're up by 7. Jimboy Pastoran. Bounce pass to Greg Slaughter. CBC, Gonzaga, Josh Toralba. No good, rebound Agem. Screen by Tahonera. Dexter Marquez. It's Mike Malonzo. Back to Dexter. Short range. Nope. Over halfway done. Jimboy Pastoran. Waiting for Greg.
Great
Now it's
defense by the
CBC.
San Juan Knights.
9 on the shot clock. Gonzaga. He escapes, and then he fed the ball onto Jimboy, who fires. Way off. Ball tapped away by Slaughter. And before we see the subs of Hugnatan and James Sena, it seems like we have a timeout, but yeah, the buzzer was mispressed apparently. So it's just 2 subs.
Now, will be more, this is now, ito yung stage na to ang mas magiging interesting when both teams gets to their benches.
How about this matchup of Reynel Hugnatan versus Greg Slaughter? I want to see what Reynel can do. The leaner for Soberano did not work. Malonzo with a cleanup. Yes.
Yeah. Always been an X factor.
First 2 points in this game for Mike Malonzo, who has made the lives of Michael Calisan, Dexter Michaels, and Zach Juan so much easier this season. Kumbaga, less masahe na para sa kanila.
Tsaka pag napapagod na sila, Mike, ikaw na nga muna.
Oh. Here's Zags, nice fake, and then he's fouled by AC Soberano.
Good thing si Zags pinasa instead kay James Sena instead of attempting for a shot.
So it will be a sideline inbound for Zags, who was the best player of Manila in their previous outing. 14 to shoot for the white shirts. James Sena, that guy played well versus Negros, especially from the mid-range. Nice block by Malonzo.
And 4 seconds left in the shot clock. And if maputo na naman ang shot clock itong Manila, that's the second time in the first quarter. So imagine itong, as expected naman, alam natin na magiging ganito kadikit talaga itong laban na ito.
Manila, by the way, averages 16 turnovers per game. That's third to the last in the league in terms of taking good care of that basketball, as Toralba misfires again. So, off of his first make, Toralba has missed his last, let me count it, 3 shots.
Oo. Kasi importante talaga na, ito sa akin, one of the best decision makers right now is that guy, si Toralba.
Now, a defender comes in for Manila in Dan Malyari. You went up against him when he represented Arellano. Jimboy Pastoran going to Zags. Gonzaga turning around and feeding to Greg Zilla. Almost a steal. Sena fakes. James fires. Short. And there's a push.
San Juan making Manila bleed for their points. Yeah. Alam mo yun, that 9 points, alam mo naman, dalawa dyan galing sa 3-pointer. Diba? Pero the inside points.
Although, let's face it, Manila is also making San Juan bleed for their own points. It's been a defensive game as Orlan Wamar Jr. is now inside the court.
Kaya bench points talaga will be a big factor here. And ito na yung sinasabi natin, especially this guy, manggagaling off the bench.
Wamar, unable to convert. Recovery for San Juan. Reynel Hugnatan. Back to Orlan against Dan Malyari, a lengthier defender. Wamar driving and missing. Offensive rebound, no cleanup for Soberano. San Juan, by the way, averages 92 points per game. That's number 1 in the MPBL. They only have 4 so far. Pastoran unable to score, and there is a pull by a Knight. It's on Dexter Miquez. Papasok dito si Zach Juan, who recently got married, by the way. Congratulations to Zach. But he's gonna have to go back to work immediately. Zags Gonzaga. Malyari onto Slaughter against Papa Reynel Hugnatan. Sena, they swing it over. Pastoran for 3. Yes!
And Jimboy, if he will make all those threes off that double team coming from Greg Slaughter, malaking bagay yan for them.
That's the third 3-pointer of Manila in this game out of 13 tries, as AC Soberano, the usual 3-point shooter, answers back with a 2+1 opportunity.
Because that's how you counter. Makakashoot ka, Jimboy? Sige, susubukan naman namin yung depensa mo.
AC is bigger than Jimboy, although not by much. Actually, pag kinonsider mo yung buhok, parang pantay na.
Ang maganda dito, pareho silang role sa team nila.
But now, let's go to Megan Cabrera for her report.
Migs, kanina nga nasabi ni Zags Gonzaga that San Juan is intact not just in players but also in their coaching staff, especially with how long they have all been together. So it's more important than ever for them to stick by one another and really remain mentally tough. And when it comes to their new coaching staff, with this being Coach Ariel Vanguardia's first official game, Zags admits may adjustment period pa, pero it's all positives. Di nga nila iniisip ang nawala but rather the new insights and experience that they gain with Coach Ariel. Next and Coach Louie.
Thank you, Megan. This is, yes, the first official game of Coach Ariel as the head coach, because last time he was just there at the bench of Manila. Coach Paul Layug was the acting head coach of Batang Sampaloc.
So nagkaroon pa ng one-game transition, no? And that's a good move actually, so that at least maramdaman mo na uli ni Coach Ariel kung ano ba yung tinatakbo, kung paano yung rotation ng tao.
Coach Pao is actually on his feet right now, giving out some words to Coach Ariel Vanguardia, who by the way came from the Atlanta Hawks organization. Congratulations to him for his recent stint. I've yet to talk about him or about Zachary Versace though with him. Maybe sometime soon, as Dan Malyari is able to convert on his first free throw. Malyari is tasked to defend Orlan Wamar today. And it has been his role since college, right?
Oo.
He even shared to me that he covered Adrian Miranda before.
Yeah, and ano to talagang can defend small, can defend big as well. Itong si Dan Malyari.
And because of his defense, a bit of a scramble was forced, and it is a turnover. The fifth of which for San Juan in this game. 14-7. Paulo Havilona. Cross court to Malyari. A three-pointer. Short. A minute and 10. Soberano crossing. Shooting. Way off though. Great effort by Malonzo, but he threw it out of bounds.
And again, Michael Malonzo, no, just always there, always involved where the ball is. Ayun ang maganda dito sa player na to.
They do have a lot of sizable forwards. Malonzo sits down, but Jopet Soriano is in. They still have Kenneth Villapando.
Oo, Arvin Gamboa
Arvin
also.
Gamboa. Sayang nga, nawala na si Paulo Hernandez eh.
Oo.
A very sizable point guard for them. Congratulations to him though, after being part of the lineup already in the PBA. It was a stop for the Knights. Wamar going to Reynel Hugnatan, who fires. That's a three.
You know, will not shoot that much. Pero every time he takes a shot, napakalaking bagay.
Did you cover that triple overtime game?
No, it was Sedel.
And
I think that was Christian also. Here in San Juan versus Rizal,
I
right?
remember Reynel Hugnatan making clutch shots in that game versus Rizal. As it is another turnover. Here was the feed of Orlan onto his ultimate veteran, Reynel Hugnatan, who has definitely worked on his shot throughout his years in Philippine basketball.
So let's see this salute play.
Lead down to 4, 13 seconds to go. Orlan Wamar Jr. onto Jopet Soriano, no foul. Nice recovery. Hugnatan, another look. No good. Another rebound. Galinato leans in. No bounce for him. And that will conclude our first quarter. But there seems to be a double foul called on Aluseni and Soriano.
Oo. So you're gonna see a lot of dot. Okay, coming from, it's a challenge talaga ng forwards nitong San Juan Knights. Itong bigs ng Manila SB squad. If that what will it take them to win, gagawin talaga nila yan.
It's been very challenging, to say the least, for our two teams as they try to score in the opening frame. It's 24 total points, 14-10 in favor of Manila after 10 minutes of play. And now our referee is talking to Richard Tampos for the official call.
The time has expired before the whistle.
Okay, so no double foul. This first quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Back inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Tonight we are featuring two of the best guards in the MPBL's 6th season. Orlan Mamar, the starting point guard for the North All-Star squad, going up against Renzo Navarro, number 1 in the league in assists per game.
So it is a great matchup because both players complements yung kanilang mga support. And again, Renzo, league leader in assist. So siya yung nagpapagwapo dito sa mga bigs ng siya yung nagdi-deliver ng bola dito sa mga big men ng Manila.
And by the way, Navarro has been scoring more lately for Manila. He has raised his average from 4 points per game to 12 points in the past couple of outings. But if you would total it, nasa banda 7 points yan. Si Renzo Navarro.
And he really needs to do that. The reason being, scouting report-wise, ang binabantayan na yung pasa niya.
Yes.
So most of the time, madalas, ina-atras siya ng mga defenders niya.
Ito, hindi mo pwedeng atrasan. Orlan Omar, who just scored for San Juan. They're down by 2 points after trailing early in this match by as many as 8. Reynel Hugnatan has been big time off the bench.
And now, he was able to get the feel of the game already. He's starting to score. Alam mo yun, yung 5 points ni Reynel Hugnatan, parang napakadali eh.
James Sena with some effort. He was stripped. And now there's a man down. It's Zach Juan.
So they're gonna check on that. Ito yung sinasabi ko. This is where things gonna get crucial when teams get to their bench. Diba?
While we were off air, in the gap between the first and second frames, I asked Coach Louis Gonzalez, with this low-scoring ball game, does it actually favor a specific team? And he answered to me, it's Manila, but with a twist. Go ahead.
Okay, yung pace ng laro talagang favored Manila because naging half court hindi inaatake ng San Juan, but San Juan pushed them to the limit right on the get-go. Talagang they were getting that basketball, pero they need to bleed for them to get that basketball. They get to so let's see this replay first. Itong foul on Zachary Wang.
It's an elbow to the face.
Wala na. Talagang it's clear. May referee sa likod.
And as much as Zach Wang has been like Iron Man for the San Juan Knights in the past couple of seasons, he is human after all. Nasasaktan din naman yan. He has been quite happy with the presence of his other teammates this season, making his life easier. Pero alam mo that when push comes to shove, walang choice si Zach kundi makipaglaban pa rin sa mga bigs, lalo na ng Pampanga at Manila.
And having a player like him, isipin mo hindi pa nagsasabay itong si Zachary Wang at si Michael Malonzo.
Yes. Maybe later on. San Juan now has the advantage. By the way, this is their first lead in the game. Mamar, that was stolen away. And Jan Hamon will escape for these 2 points. That's a guy who has played rejuvenated basketball in our 6th season.
And ang maganda naman kasi kay Jan, he knows na he doesn't have to work that much. He just needs to deliver quality minutes for his team right now.
How about Mr. Quality Minutes on the other end? Zach Wang now has 3 points. The lead is back with San Juan.
Isipin mo the combination of the San Juan Knights right now. You have John Galinato, Jopet Soriano, Zachary Wang playing. Tapos playing alongside 2 veteran guys. Kaya ang ganda ng balance eh.
Well, speaking of veterans, it's Paulo Havilona scoring his first 3 points on the other end. 19-17, the pace is picking up. Reynel Hugnatan from downtown. 8 points off the bench for Papa Reynel.
Again, this is maganda dito sa matchup natin. Ito yung mga gusto ng laro ng mga veterano eh. Ito yung mga nagso-show up talaga sila eh.
20-19, Orlan Homar onto the right. Galinato will fire. No good. Nice box by Havilona. Pau goes to James Sena. Now it's Jan Hamon. Staying patient, pushing over his defender, but he misfired.
Ito yung sinasabi natin. Look how Orlan Homar again will push that basketball. Ito yung sinasabi natin na sino makakatagal dyan sa kanila.
Nice block by Raba Aluseni. Lamar had a big smile on his face. He just had to try because he saw a good opening to score.
Then another fresh leg in the person of Arvin Gamboa for the San Juan Knights.
This fast break of the game is brought to you by SportsMax, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. Jan Hamon delivering the goods, but now he's going to have to play good defense. Pass inside, Soriano will score.
No, who makes the San Juan Knights look good right now? It's the veteran,
Right.
Daniel Hugnatan.
You got to see his plus minus.
Oh.
He's a +9. Aluseni fires. No good. Rebound to Wamar. The lead is 3. This is the biggest lead for San Juan. Nice pass. Soriano is denied by Batalier.
Yeah, good defense there by Ira Batalier.
And we're back with Navarro. The lob to Raba. Aluseni bothered, and it's a steal. A foul by Havilona to stop the break.
How many times it happened already? Raba positioning himself inside, but every time that ball goes to his hand, the 3 red shirts in front of him. Turnovers.
And that's why we call San Juan a well-oiled machine. So disciplined at what they do. Credit that man, Senator Jingo Estrada, for everything that he has done for this franchise.
Again, grabe yung motivation ng mga players nitong San Juan Knights. Talagang ang taas, sobra.
And they've done this without Coach Randy this season.
Oo. Yeah,
Now there's a charge.
Clearly. Joe Pet just needs to stand up there. And those are the things na, along the way, matututunan niya lang. Especially playing along, meron siyang mentor na the presence of Daniel Hugnatan.
Hugnatan will now sit down alongside Soriano. This was the charge. He was definitely moving as he caught Enzo Navarro. Balik dito sina Dexter Marquez at Jeff Tahonera.
The dynamic duo to defend Greg Slaughter.
It really is the task for Tahonera for tonight's game. Navarro going to Jan Hamon. A good look. That's a 3. And he stared at somebody from the San Juan bench. Here's Gamboa going to Marquez. 3-point shooting. 5 for Manila and 2 for San Juan. That was a tough pass by Wamar. Gamboa shoots. No good. Recovery for Marquez, who's now fouled.
There you go. Because every shot is within the system. It gives San Juan Knights opportunity for offensive rebound.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Jan Hamon able to convert, and watch out for the celebration. There you go. But to your point about getting offensive rebounds, how would you explain it to us in terms of being a part of that system and going through your flow?
Kasi ang maganda, off that down screen, talagang alam mo yung big man automatic will seal himself down low. So even if tumira yung lalabas galing doon sa down screen, maganda yung position ng big men nila to get offensive rebounds. Ayun madalas ang nangyayari dito sa San Juan Knights.
You know what I would call that? The Chris Dumapig concept.
Oh.
He did that in Season 4 with Zamboanga. Just by sealing. He was so effective for them. As Toralba lost the ball and they want the challenge. Will Coach Ariel Vanguardia do it? But it seems like Toralba will let it go. San Juan gets possession. Marvin Taiwan is now in the game and he's paired with Orlan Wamar.
See how fast this two will be.
Taiwan did score 19 points in their previous outing versus Imos. Tahonera in and out.
Almost.
There's a man down. It's Jan Hamon still on the floor and our referees will have to stop the play. It was quite the fall for Jan Hamon, by the way.
He holding to his face?
Yes.
Alam ko, talagang medyo nag-uusap din talaga sila ni Gamboa.
Let's see what happened. This was the miss by Tahonera. Look at the weak side.
Siguro yung ang mahirap nito, baka maging inconclusive kasi yung camera natin nakatutok sa bola eh.
Yes.
Doon sa magandang sanang view eh.
Janamon is holding on to his ear. It clearly happened before he went down on the floor. And he's called for a warning. No foul on Gamboa. 23-22. All right, so we shall proceed with Batang Sampaloc getting possession. We're halfway done in the second quarter. And as physical as the league has been in terms of its reputation, today is like an epitome of it because of a matchup like this.
Again, what's at stake? You know, they know that in order sa akin
Oh, what a steal by Orlan
to be the
Mamar.
best, you need to beat the best. What a
Pass
pass.
inside. 2 points for Arvin Gamboa. That was an MVP type of play by Orlan Mamar. On the other end, Hamon answers back, and it's the too small celebration for Jan Hamon.
Off the bench, 7 points from Jan Hamon.
He's feeling it here in San Juan. Taiwan goes to Gamboa. Arvin, the pull-up and the make. Pressure applied by the Knights.
Alam mo, maganda dito yung labanan ng mga rookies saka ng mga veterans.
There's a lot of physicality on the floor. Greg Slaughter and Jeff Tahonera are going at it. It's a double foul. Oh, now there's a takedown. We'll let our referees review this.
What a Monday.
What a Monday. It hasn't disappointed us. The referees are on it. Let's give them time. But here's our look.
Nandun sila la eh. Alam mo yon.
You know, Jeff Tahonera is right by the armpit of Greg Slaughter, and then there you go.
Oo.
Slaughter went rolling.
So we'll alam mo ang mabigat dito, if it's a technique, there's a double foul called already. So that's 1 foul for each Tahonera and Greg Slaughter. So dahil nag-go on sila, nagkaroon pa nagtuloy yung motion nila, baka matawagan sila ng parehong technical nito. Double technical pa. Kasi hindi ko alam kung hindi na pwedeng i-upgrade na lang eh. It's another call kasi ibang sitwasyon na yon.
So dalawang foul agad yun.
Oo, dalawang infraction yung nangyari.
And of course, if you're Manila, you do not want Greg Slaughter to be in foul trouble.
Oo.
Currently, he hasn't fouled yet. On the other end, for Tahonera, he has 2.
Oo.
So this could bring him up to 4
Oo.
if what you said would happen. Okay, our referees have decided. We shall listen in to Richard Tampos. We're still discussing. Here we go.
It's a double foul between number 33, Jeff Tahonera, is third, and number 20, Greg Slaughter, is first foul. It's a double warning between Jeff Tahonera and Greg Slaughter
Okay.
for
So
second
close
motion.
to what you said.
Oo.
Double foul. Ayan na.
Zags Gonzaga
It's a
for
different guy.
entering the court.
Okay. So if you didn't hear it right, double foul on Slaughter and Tahonera, double warning. So not so bad.
Mhm.
It wasn't a technical, but there's a separate call on Zags Gonzaga. So that's going to be a bonus free throw for San Juan. Orlan Mamar is already getting ready to shoot.
So who gets possession? That's one thing. I think Manila will keep possession or jump ball. But jump ball still possession arrow pointing to Manila. So whatever happens, Manila will keep possession.
Orlan Mamar Jr. proceeds to the line. He is an 82% free throw shooter for the San Juan Knights this season. Unable to convert. By the way, there was a distraction from the crowd, which is very ironic because we are in San Juan.
Oo.
So Manila apparently has a fan at least that is willing to distract, as I should say, here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Balik tayo sa ating aksyon, 27-24. Under 4 minutes in the second. Enzo Navarro, Zags Gonzaga. Slaughter trying to seal, he was denied by Tahonera. Step back, no foul by Maiquez, and it's going to be 24 seconds for Manila.
So the second in 24-second infraction already called on Manila.
So that is turnover number 9 for Manila in this game. That's already over halfway through their season average.
Alam mo,
Again, they haven't been too good at taking care of the ball.
Oh, pero again, credit pa rin doon sa defense nila kasi out of that 9 turnovers, hindi pa rin naman nakakapitalize lahat ng San Juan Knights yan. Kasi alam mo naman, ayan yung lakas ng San Juan Knights eh.
Dexter Maiquez pulls up. Yes.
Now, that's a point of turnover.
Maiquez now has 5 in this game. They have a 5-point advantage. Torralba hanging in the air. And there's a foul. His athleticism is entirely different from how he was back in 2019.
You know, knowing that I worked for a short time with this guy when we're still with the Green Archers, grabe yung competitiveness nito ni Josh Torralba. Talagang a winner.
He just missed on his first free throw. That was the first free throw miss of Manila as a team in this game. The second one is good. That trims the lead down to 4. 3 minutes and 10 before halftime. Dexter Maiquez, handoff. Marvin Taiwan. In and out, rebound to Taiwan. Good effort by Maiquez. Now Dexter fires, and he scores.
Oh, you know, that's where they get their points. You know, extra possession, second chance points, points off turnovers.
7 points now for Dexter Maiquez. Omar tried to swipe the ball again. And that's a foul on the attack by Carl Brian Cruz. That guy, CBC, he has taken a back seat, of course, with Greg Slaughter's arrival with Manila SV Batang Sampaloc. In the first 8 games of Carl Brian Cruz, he was averaging 15 points and 10 rebounds. He was number 5 in our MVP race. And yet, in the last 5 games with Greg Slaughter, his numbers are down to 6 points and 8 rebounds. But it's not a problem for him because it's his way of buying into how the team is composed. And for CBC, in terms of his longevity as well this season, makakatulong yan, especially come the playoffs.
Oo, at nananalo sila. Siguro ayun yung isa sa mga importante. You know, the touches, malilesen talaga. Pero alam mo yun, ito sa akin sa mga players na ito is for them mas importante manalo eh.
Orlan Omar, a 3-pointer. That is the first 3 of Orlan Omar in this game. He is a 37% 3-point shooter, and of course he is our reigning 3-point king. CBC answers back.
And yung impact ni Orlan Omar, no? In this game, he was off the bench, pero things got organized after his insertion.
That being said, we'll look for his plus-minus as well as Orlan misfires. Orlan is a plus 11 on the court. He has the best plus-minus among all players.
Actually, dalawa sila ni Reynel Hugnatan ang may pinakamagandang plus-minus sa laro eh.
A miss by CBC. Rebound to Gamboa, who then was fouled. That's a call on Greg Slaughter. 2 fouls on Greg Zilla, who, by the way, he's been rather silent in the first half. Greg Zilla only has 3 points, 1 shot attempt, and 2 rebounds.
Oo. So siguro sa akin, ilang araw pa, siguro mga 5 days to prepare for this game. Baka yung after ng game pa lang nung Imos, nagpe-prepare na tong si Jeff Tahonera sa matchup niya.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he's been really doing well.
Yeah, if I find out na kinausap siya ni Senator Jinggoy last week pa lang na ito na ang gagawin niya sa larong ito. Senator Jinggoy, by the way, he's the type of guy who would react to free throws for San Juan. And recently, it's 1 out of 2 for his team. So San Juan is now 4 out of 8 from the line. 50%, they have a 6-point advantage, 91 seconds remaining before halftime. We shall talk about the next 3 games of the San Juan Knights. They will go back home to take on South Cotabato on August 26. They will be on the road inside Olivares on September 3 to take on Parañaque. But that August 30 game should be marked on everybody's calendars. So it will happen inside the Cuneta Astrodome. San Juan versus Pampanga as Greg Zilla. Wow, that was so tough, but he was still able to score.
And again, it took him 3 attempts to get a point. Again, the energy, yung pagod na bago niya makuha eh. Again, bleeding for his points. He really needs to work for his basket.
So this will be free throw number 2 in this game for Greg Slaughter. And I bring that up because, it was an air ball. Okay, I bring that up because Greg Slaughter averages 8 field goal attempts per game. He averages 6 free throw attempts per game. Magkalapit lang para kay Greg Zilla. And that's because he's the most fouled player in the MPBL.
Oo naman. Talaga naman, pag may ganyan kang kalaban eh, hayaan mo na makuha niya na lang sa free throw.
Yes, he gets fouled 6.2 times per outing. 35-31, back with Manila. 1 minute to go before halftime.
And you know, we showed yung tatlong next 3 games nitong San Juan Knights. Sa akin, hindi na ako nag-worry because you know, how many times na na-excite tayo again. I mentioned that during our pregame that they are up against good teams. Pero pag naglaro na, ibang-iba, parang sobrang challenge sila. Mas gusto nila kalaban yung malalakas na teams eh.
Yes. At tinatambakan pa talaga nila. They do have a winning margin of plus 18, not only on their home floor, but everywhere else. They only have 3 games settled by less than 10 points. And so, even though they have, out of their last 6 outings, 5 dun ay may winning record, you're not worried. So after South Cotabato, Pampanga, and Parañaque, it's Bulacan, Zamboanga, and Caloocan to wrap things up for the regular season of the Knights. Dexter Maiquez losing Greg Slaughter. That's a push. If it's on Greg, that's number 3 on him.
And San Juan is on track. Right? Again, you mentioned yung winning margin nila. Itong San Juan Knight beat Batangas by 14, Nueva Ecija by 12, Davao by 22, Pasay by 23 points, Quezon Huskers by 30 points.
Those are all teams with winning records. Dexter Marquez has been a big part of the equation for these San Juan Knights. That's why we haven't been missing Michael Calisaan in this game.
Oo.
Although, Mike get well soon. He has a leg injury.
Alam mo, hindi natin masyado mamimiss si Mike Calisaan with the way
Uh-oh.
Lita Honera is performing.
It's a layup for Josh Toralba, who was left wide open. 37-35. Marvin Taiwan will fire. No good. He tried to go for the 2-for-1. Gonzaga on the other end. He's blocked by Malonzo. Great effort by the young man.
Daredevil. This guy is drafted to.
Let's see that chase down by Mike Malonzo. He timed it perfectly, like LeBron James, denying Zags Gonzaga with those 2 points. Now the Knights call for time. They're up by 2 with 20 seconds to go. Presenting the top scorers of the San Juan Knights in this game, it's the veterans, Coach Louie.
Exactly. Again, when the going gets tough, this guy shows up. Ito nga si Rainiel Hugnata and Dexter Marquez, Orlan Mamar. And you know what I like with this trio right now is it's not just the leadership na they bring, the toughness that they bring, but pinapakita nila ganito maglaro ang veterano, yung shot selection nila as well.
Basically, the bench made a difference for San Juan. If you would look at the plus minuses of their players, everybody from their starting lineup have negatives. And it's all positives from their bench players,
Oo.
with Wamar having a +7 and Hugnatan is at a +10.
Ito, next sa akin, ito si Arvin Gamboa.
Gamboa, yep, still a positive for him. 5 points on 50% shooting. Marquez misfiring on his first gimme. He has a chance though to get into double figures.
But you know what really did wonder is itong combination ni Marvin Taiwan at ni Orlan Wamar. Hindi natin naramdaman yung mismatch in terms of height advantage sa backcourt. Dahil maganda pareho yung ginagawa nito ng dalawa.
And that's a proven combo already
Oh.
for San Juan, even in their playoff games. Enzo Navarro. Toralba back to Enzo. 7 seconds, down by 3. Navarro from way out, no good. Ball out of bounds, and that's going to do it for our first 20 minutes of play. Manila started strong in this game. They led by as many as 8. But you did mention, Coach Louie, sustainability is a concern for them, especially against this high-octane, well-oiled San Juan Knights squad.
You know, both teams, again, different dynamics, but both well played by both San Juan and Manila. So let's see, sa akin, ang question ko nito, pagdating ng ating second half, who can sustain? Especially yung sobrang energy nitong larong ito.
This halftime score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. It's the ending GameX.
Nasa Phil Oil Eco Oil Center pa rin po tayo at labanan pa rin ito ng Maynila kontra San Juan at kasama ko ngayon Team Manager ng Manila, Sir Neil Arces. Sir Neil, alam naman natin, we're pretty close to the playoffs, and at this point, how is the team navigating some changes in the coaching staff and even the leadership?
Well, our players naman are very professional, and kung sino yung coach namin right now, and they respect him, and we've worked with him before sa Manila, so far this is a gamble we took, so happy naman ako na positive yung reception ng mga players, so okay naman.
Siyempre, sa larong ito, nakikita naman natin yung energy, yung intensity, the physicality is there. Everyone is really working to gain those points. A little bit of catch-up on the side of Manila. Ano pa yung kailangan nilang gawin sa parating na second half?
Well, syempre right now, sa first half, nakita natin yung mga 50-50, hindi masyado na sa amin napunta yung ball, no? Try to stick to the game plan lang, tapos work harder on defense, and hopefully we'll do our best and let God do the rest. Yeah.
Siyempre, kung meron po kayong mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan.
Siyempre, Congressman Sam Versosa has been supporting us ever since the past few tournaments. Tunay na batang Sampaloc yan, no? Talagang taga doon siya. Mayor Honey Lacuna, Uncle Emilio Chu, Raymond Ang, and syempre sa lahat ng taga Manila, no? Kahit sa fan page namin, sobrang dami nagko-comment, dami nanonood. Sino ba? Robust, and marami pang iba. Kung may nakalimutan ako, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sir Neil. Best of luck to your team. More action when we return.
Thank you.
Our halftime score is 38-35 in favor of the home team, San Juan Knights against Manila, Batang Sampaloc. And again, Manila started off well in this game. They led at some point with a score of 12-4, but Reynel Hugnatan checked in. He was a big difference. Same goes for Orlan Omar. And now we present to you our numbers. Coach Louie, how have the San Juan Knights at least limit Greg Slaughter for Manila?
Oo, alam mo yan, very evident dito sa ating numbers right now, Mig. 6 out of 14, 42% itong Manila in terms of 2-point field goal na, pero alam mo yun, ito yung number na magsasabi mo na na-limit nila itong mga bigs ng Manila. Greg Slaughter, Raba Alusaini, itong si James Sena, okay, just 14 field goals down low. Pero itong San Juan, 12 out of 25 at 25%. Maganda na lang with Manila right now. They were able to convert 5 3-pointers already compared to the 3 nitong San Juan.
Well, after all, Manila is number 2 in the league in 3-point shooting, next to the San Juan Knights at a 33% clip against the 35 of Dexter Marquez and company. Greg Slaughter and John Hamon lead the way in terms of scoring for the road squad. On the other end, it's Dexter Marquez, who has looked so calm in this game, even though Greg Slaughter is right in his face. He has been so strategic in terms of his moves. Jeff Tahonera has been big time, denying Greg Slaughter in the interior. We showed to the viewers the turnover tally. 9 in total for Manila, Batang Sampaloc. 5 of those actually came from Greg Slaughter and Raba Alusaini, as we got to see Sadaf Tupas, our very own, present here in San Juan.
Oo, si boss talaga, alam niya, this is a great matchup. Talagang sees to it na nandito siya sa venue. Pero, you know, in addition to that, yung sa team ng Manila, you know, without yung quality minutes na ibinigay ni John Hamon and in 3-pointer ni Pau Havilona, ang layo na nitong San Juan Knights.
And you did argue that sustainability is going to be a big theme moving forward for both San Juan and Manila in a high-stakes game. These two are in the top 4 of our North Division playoff picture, which means they could be battling for home court advantage not only in the first round, but in the second round as well.
Oo. But alam mo, kung ngayon yung standing natin, they can be matched together. Alam mo yun, it's just na ang maganda kasi talagang both teams came in prepared. Hindi rin nagiging madali for San Juan because they need to grind it out against Manila. Pero etong third quarter, importante how much is left sa tank nitong Manila SV squad para makasabay sa bilis nitong San Juan Knights.
They will begin with Puroy Kantimbuhan, Dan Malyari, James Sena, Raba Alusaini, and Josh Churalba. As now we turn you over to Megan Cabrera.
Mig, sa huddle nga ng Manila, sabi ni Coach na huwag silang mag-panic because it is a manageable lead for them. Kailangan manaigang composure because kailangan mailabas nila ang kanilang laro. Now, he did say to the bigs, they have to hold the ground while they were commended for really getting close to their opponent. Sabi nga nila, minsan nalilimutan nila yung tendencies ng kalaban at nabibigay pa rin yung strong side. Migs and Coach Louie.
So the interior battle continues between San Juan and Manila. I already broke down the 5 of the SV squad. As for the Knights, they are rolling with Adrian Miranda, Zach Wang, Nico Panganiban, Orlan Mamar, and Arvin Gamboa. So this lineup seems smaller in terms of positioning, the default positions of the players of San Juan. But then again, of course, they could trust Zach Wang and Arvin Gamboa in the interior. As James Sena is unable to score, and it's recovered by San Juan.
Oo.
Miranda, great counter by Dan Malyari.
Oo, great defense there. Actually, the second time already na off a stop, San Juan pushing that basketball, pero ang result, parehong turnover.
So he did say that Malyari is quite familiar with AJ Miranda. They've been batting it off since their collegiate days. But since you coached AJ for JRU and you went up against Malyari, what makes Dan Malyari a great defender to your eyes?
Great control and great foot speed as well. He can match up long arms. Then you know this guy plays a lot with pride. Alam mo, plays with pride na hindi ako basta-basta maaatake. Alam mo, wala namang pinagkaiba. Wala pinagkaiba yung mentalidad ni Dan Malyari at ni Josh Toralba.
Yes. By the way, Zach Wang just scored for San Juan. So Wang now has 5 in this game, and the lead is 5. Nice cut by Malyari. A sorry miss though. And here come the Knights.
Oo, kita mo kung ganong kabilis. Ito yung sinasabi natin.
How about that? Another stop by Dan against Ajem. The ball went out of bounds in favor of Manila.
Again, third time already empty possession coming from there was Sakwa was already to score 2 points, pero 3 beses na walang nangyari dito sa possession ng San Juan Knights. Sayang yung ginidepensa nila.
Katimbuhan unable to score, and there's a loose ball foul. It looked to have been on Zach Wang. Or was it Raba?
Oo.
It's actually Raba Aluseni, who cannot believe it.
Alam mo, ang maganda kasi dito kay Sakwang, kay Arvin Gamboa, yung pressure na binibigay nila dun sa mga big men nitong SB. Dahil lang sa sipag, nagre-react yung mga big nitong Manila.
San Juan, by the way, has out-rebounded Manila in this game. 30-24. Here's Zach Wang. He was stripped by James Sena. Josh Torralba is on the move. Torralba. Oh, no goaltend there. And we will continue. Nico Panganiban, open court, his favorite. That's wiped away.
Alam mo, even if now I get it. Now, even if San Juan doesn't get the points, pero the way they push the ball, pressuring Manila to sprint back defensively, ito yung baka mag-take toll later sa Manila SB squad sa fourth quarter.
We did already see the difference between the first and the second frames in terms of just how tough this tank is of the San Juan Knights. As Arvin Gamboa just scored.
Oh, imagine, look at the combination. Para bang would you gamble on this with this kind of combination up against the Manila SB squad?
Well, right now they're looking so good.
Oh, they look solid.
Kahit sinong ipasok nila, maganda pinapakita as Nico Panganiban drains a three-pointer. And that extends the lead into double figures, the first time in this match.
Oo. And you know, the action is there. Nico Panganiban making a three-pointer, pero nangyari na action dun. Si Zachary Wang, tsaka si James Sena, hindi pa naghiwalay dito sa backcourt.
They have battled it out since 8 p.m. this evening. 45-35 in favor of San Juan. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fans of the game, just like the Avidis, do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avidis, oras na para magmotor. We are coming back to you live from the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in the city of San Juan. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Louie Gonzalez and Megan Cabrera. We're seeing Aaron Villaflor at the sideline. And of course, our very own VIPs, Boss Joe Ramos, our Executive Officer, Commissioner Kenneth Durendes, Head of Basketball Operations, Emer Oreta, and Head of Marketing, in Seth Hamora. This is San Juan versus Manila, with the Knights now up by double figures for the first time in this game. And there you see Sir Dennis Abella, who's so used to big games in the MPBL. Next year, we are expecting the franchise of Bacoor to be making its comeback to our league.
And you know, a lot happened already, but still zero field goals for Manila in this quarter.
The scoring in the third is 7-0. Nico Panganiban for three. Back-to-back for him.
Now, the starter points. Okay, Nico Panganiban catching up now and helping itong San Juan Knights.
48-35. Raba Aluseni. Inside they go. That's a grab by Zach Huang. Manila has been scoreless since we began this quarter.
Alam mo, yung pace ng game hindi na nagbabago. Pero at the same time, itong Manila, they need to put the effort na tulad ng pinibigay nitong San Juan Knights.
This was the second three-pointer of Nico Panganiban. He was an all-star back in Season 4 when he was with Jensen. He had to work so hard in order to transition into this culture and system of the San Juan Knights. And yet here he is looking so good as now they force another turnover. So that's going to be number 11 for Manila. And by the way, for Aluseni, it's turnover number 4.
Oo.
Orlan Momar, the kick out. It's AJ Miranda against CBC. Miranda to the corner. Orlan! Yes,
There you go.
sir!
Yeah, 3 straight three-pointer. Now, ito na, nagke-create na ng separation itong San Juan. Ito yung sinabi natin. Again, can they keep up?
You asked me, would you gamble with this type of lineup of San Juan? And the answer should be yes. It has been so worth it for them as Manila finally scored. It's 2+1 for Renzo Navarro. When push comes to shove, he did mention it can't just be all passing for him.
Oo. Pero I think the foul was committed by Gamboa pushing Aluseni after the shot ni Renzo Navarro. So they keep possession on this one.
All right, so it's not 2+1. Baseline inbound for Dan Malyari. There's si Coach Ariel Vanguardia. First game as the head coach of Manila, as mentioned by Megan. But this is his second appearance this season as Ugnatan pulled Greg Slaughter. I asked Reynel, is there a certain switch that he has in terms of turning up in these big games? And sabi niya, wala naman, nangyayari na lang din na magandang napapakita ko. But as a veteran, his mentality is to be able to just win these big games. You just saw Coach Charles Chu, by the way.
Just enjoying. And wala na, nag-i-enjoy na lang sa laro ito si Reynel eh.
This is Enzo Navarro misfiring. Ball tapped and recovered by Zags Gonzaga. Gonzaga is still scoreless in this game, by the way. Navarro back at it. Greg Slaughter as the roller. 2 points. That's 9 in this game for Greg Zilla. He's 3 out of 5 from the field. Ugnatan, handoff to Panganiban. Nico drives. Nico will miss. But again, it's the daredevil Mike Malonzo doing the damage. Foul called on Carl Brian Cruz.
And you know,
Was it Carl Brian Cruz?
yeah.
Oh no, it was Dan Malyari.
Even if you don't get the shot, but the pressure again that binibigay nitong forwards nitong San Juan really making toll sa mga bigs nitong Manila.
7 on the shot clock. Miranda turns around and misses. Rebound Zags. Here's Enzo Navarro. Navarro bounces, the same roller, no basket. What a rebound by Mike Malonzo. And here's Orlan Momar. Down the middle, Momar, no foul. And now there's a charge called.
Imagine if Orlan Momar made that layup. Sa akin, isasama ko na sa highlights. Yung simula pa lang doon sa rebound ni Michael Malonzo. Ganda sa layup ni Orlan Momar.
It certainly got the crowd going here inside the Pillow Leg Oil Center. Let's see the replay. It was apparently a charge by Orlan. He used his left arm to eliminate his defender. Navarro, drive and feed. CBC. 12 on the shot clock. Carl Brian Cruz pulls up. No good. Rebound Panganiban. And it's almost a steal. There you go. Completed by Greg Zilla. A three-pointer In and out for Navarro.
Could have been big.
Omar settling things once more. Orlan pulls up against Greg Slaughter.
Yeah, that's too easy
Oh,
for
he
Orlan
had a
Omar.
Did you see the celebration?
I did not.
He did the too small celebration to Greg Slaughter. My goodness, Orlan Momar.
But Migs, that's your matchup.
The two All-Stars going at it. They will be teammates in Zamboanga on September 7. I hope that we can see the replay on that one, including the celebration. Here it is. Orlan Omar. The pull-up. Wait for the celebration. If we can see it. There you go. Hindi na nakita. Nakitago na. But trust me, he did the too small celebration. CBC able to convert from the line. He has 5 points. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. CBC and company will have to play defense again.
So this is one of San Juan's favorite play.
Panganiban to Hugnatan at the corner. Up top to Aja. Miranda. Drive and feed. Malonzo to the corner. Orlan Momar has 5 to work with. They go to Aja who fires. Too strong. That's 24 seconds for San Juan.
Now offensively, KAGM is really struggling all throughout this game. Pero, you know, they were able to build this big lead with him included.
Soberano checks in. Miranda sits down. He's 0 out of 4 from the field. Although he has a positive plus-minus now. It was negative in the first half. 53-41. 3 minutes and change in the third. Janamon.
It was big in the first quarter, in the first half.
He had 7 points. Now it's a turnover. Orlan Omar. Foot race. Lefty layup for Orlan.
Walang ka-pressure.
That's 12 points already for Orlan Omar.
Passes, got his average already. Come on. And Orlan Omar, the smallest guy for the San Juan Knights team. Pero their #1 scorer.
Well, he has the biggest heart as their franchise player. Orlan just fouled Navarro, by the way. But Omar wants a challenge. Bibigay pa ba? Mukhang hindi na. 2 fouls on Orlan.
And you're gonna like also na etong si Renzo Navarro now fighting for possession kasi you don't see him this much aggressive, pero ngayon nagsa-challenge talaga.
This play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki. Enzo Navarro now has 5 points off of that conversion. He also has 5 assists to his name. Marvin Taiwan checks in for Orlan. That's the usual substitution for them. Pinagsabay sila nung first half. Marvin did tell me that there's the instruction to speed the game up. 55-42. Marquez, Malonzo. Pinapalabas si AC Soberano. Back to Dexter. 8 on the shot clock. Marvin to make some magic. Taiwan goes to Dexter Marquez. He's fouled. That's a sorry foul.
And in the act of shooting. Manila challenged this.
They will. Coach Ariel Vanguardia already signaled to our staff. The yellow light is on. This will be the first challenge today, right? For the whole day.
Yes.
And just so everybody knows, earlier today, Quezon defeated Bulacan. It was the second biggest win of the Huskers this season, and then Quezon City was able to outlast Bacolod City. Let's take a short break.
The challenge made by Manila is unsuccessful. Foul on Carl Brian Cruz.
It is a foul after all by Carl Brian Cruz, and here's the replay. It's a bailout foul, actually. And he was definitely touching Dexter Marquez. So Marquez will now shoot free throws. He's in double figures with 10, but he's only 2 out of 5 from the line. Dexter Marquez last year wasn't able to finish the 5th season of the MPBL. He spent much of the ending behind the bench of the San Juan Knights. So you can just imagine yung gigil niya na makapaglaro ulit and be a part of the playoff journey of San Juan.
Oo, and ang pinakamaganda kasi doon, off-season pa lang, nandiyan na siya sa team na yan eh. So, again, and you know naman San Juan will not rock their boat that much, but will get the most important pieces para sa campaign nila.
Right now, they're up by 13. 2 minutes to go in the third. Greg Zilla backing down.
Yeah, I thought it was a walk.
Me too. It was apparently a foul by San Juan, but the basket won't count.
Oo.
It will be reviewed though by our referees. We have referees Julius Tikyo, Michael Kinay, and John Polobobo in this game.
Pero ang galing din talaga ni yan, if you notice on that one, yung biglang inilaga niya Rachel Ugnatan eh.
Nag-pull the chair bigla.
Oo eh.
Let's see if he can get away with it. Our referees.
Review shows it will count for Greg.
There you go. They have counted the basket for Greg Zilla.
Binigyan ng continuity.
So that's 11 points in this game for Greg Slaughter. There you go. Greg Slaughter, by the way, has reached double figures in all but 2 games. That was in the 2 games where he played less than 12 minutes. Eh, ang usual average niya ay 23 minutes per game.
Parang silang dalawa lang Silang dalawa lang ni Baltasar na nag-average in terms of double-double, in terms of rebounding and points, correct? Tapos magkakampi sa All-Star.
Kaya nga eh. At hindi lang yun. May Will Macaloni pa sa starting lineup. At may Jason Ballesteros pa at Raba Aluceni sa bench. So good luck to our South All-Stars as Dexter Marquez converts.
Alam mo, kung merong yung Bulacan, may Ken Osicos, John Sanil. Ito namang si San Juan Knights, may Dex Marquez, John Sanil.
Marquez now has 14 already. And his shooting is 5 out of 8. Very efficient. Janamon fires. No good. No call on Greg Slaughter. And now there's a foul on Malonzo. Pugnatan is not happy with it.
He thought that he was able to sell it well.
Tingnan natin.
Wala, hindi
He
na.
went flying. Greg Slaughter tried to go for the putback dunk. So he's going to have to earn his points from the line. Slaughter, by the way, is number 4 in the league among volume free throw shooters. 81% from the stripe. I did mention he's the most fouled guy in the MPBL. He's also in the top 10 in points, rebounds, blocks, and 2-point percentage. Marquez lost the ball. Zach Juan now returns for Mike Malonzo. Silang dalawa talaga nagpapalitan.
Again, complementary na kasi. Kasi if you're gonna pull out, parang mababawasan ng veteran. And I think that's one thing na combination palagi ni Senator Coach Jinggoy is 3 bata tapos 2 veterano.
That's a nice mix as AC Soberano makes his first 3-pointer in this game. The number 1 3-point shooter in the league. I'd like to see him back it up in the All-Star Day, by the way. AC Soberano. CBC backing down, and then he got fouled.
No, AC was okay already there. And you know, one guy here for Manila that hasn't been a factor but really helped them in other games, si Jimboy Pastoran.
Three-pointer by AC Soberano, who now has 6 in this game. 1 out of 2 from downtown, so right on his average. Ira Batalier checks in. As much as you argue Jimboy Pastoran, I'd bring up Zags Gonzaga.
Oo.
He also hasn't scored so far.
And was held as the best player of the game in their last game. 21 points, was it? Yeah, 20 plus points.
I think it was 20. Yeah, 20 flat for Zags. Although he has 8 rebounds in this game, so at least he's helping out somewhere else. CBC converts. Now has 8 points. Arvin Gaboa returns. 18 seconds before the end of the third. San Juan is looking for its 8th home win this season against 1 loss.
And you know, para talunin mo yung San Juan, kailangan 3 overtime.
7 seconds. Marvin Taiwan. That was a chaotic sequence for him. He got fouled. Is it a shooting foul?
No, not guys. Just a 14 foul. Sideline inbound. 4 seconds left in the clock.
It's going to be a baseline inbound for Marvin Taiwan. They go to AC Soberano. 2 seconds. Soberano. That's a turnover. And that's going to do it for our third frame here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. San Juan looking good, up by 12 after outscoring Manila by 9 in the third.
They really started strong in this third quarter. 7-0 to start it out. Then maganda in the middle of that quarter, itong Manila nagkaroon din ng mini run.
These highlights of the game are brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. Orlan Mamar, this was his pull-up against Greg Slaughter. You're not going to see it, but again, he made the too small celebration afterwards. The Knights are looking good. This third quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball and the partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Babalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, presenting our player matchup update between 2 premier point guards, Orlan Mamar and Lorenzo Navarro.
Yes, again, nandun pa rin naman in terms of assists. Kay Lorenzo Navarro already dish out 7 assists, Orlan Mamar 6. Pero yung puntos medyo malayo. Again, ito yung challenge naman talaga kay Enzo kasi alam mo naman yung depth in terms of backcourt nitong San Juan. Parang medyo mas malalim compared sa team nila.
By the way, Navarro has reached his assists average of 7. Mamar has reached his points and assists averages, 12 and 6 already. And we have 1 quarter to go, but Orlan is at the bench of San Juan. It's Marvin Taiwan with Dexter Maiquez, Arvin Gamboa, Zach Wang, and AC Soberano. Joining Navarro on the other end are CBC, John Amon, Ira Batalier, and Zags Gonzaga. Quarter scoring.
Again, big third quarter coming from the San Juan Knights. Sa akin, big kasi they limit itong Manila to just 15 third quarter points. Second lowest in terms of output. Okay, first was 14. Pero Again, ito yung sinasabi natin. The challenge right now is can they keep it up against the quickness and pace na ginagawa nitong San Juan Knights.
Dexter Marquez with his usual shot, unable to score. And here's Enzo Navarro. Setting things down. Gonzaga, he lost the ball. Great effort by Taiwan. And San Juan will get it. Zach Wang, 2-on-1. The feed, Marquez, no foul, no basket. Takbo sa kabila. Ira Batalier barging his way through. There's the foul.
I thought it was all ball.
So Ira will be shooting free throws before the platoon substitution for Manila. There's your matchup between Batalier and Gamboa, two youngsters. Are also big men in the MPBL. Aren't they familiar with themselves as well?
Oh, naman, both played together, alam mo, against during their college days.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Batalier came from UST and then he transferred to
Letran.
where he went up against Arvin Gamboa.
Arvin Gamboa, oo.
With Mapua.
May Mapua, oo. The likes of Arvin Gamboa, Warren Bonifacio, ayun ang mga nakamatch up ni Ira Batalier.
Taiwan. To AC Soberano. 4 on the shot clock. AC. They go to Jeff Tajonera for 3. No good. Rebound Batalier.
I feel AC is really doing too much with the ball.
Yeah, he's supposed to catch and shoot.
Oo.
Now there's a foul in the interior. It's called on Jeff Tajonera. That's his last foul to give. And by the way, I asked Jeff during halftime kung kailan siya nabigyan ng utos na babantayan niya si Greg Slaughter. Apparently, it wasn't yesterday. It wasn't earlier this week or last week. It was actually as soon as Greg Slaughter came into the MPBL. Sinabihan na siya ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada na kailangan mong pahirapan yan.
For the longest time now, yung kalamangan down to a single digit.
62-53, Josh Toralba. He attacks, Toralba escapes, basket and one. That was a tough reverse layup with his offhand.
Oo. And the refs are gonna check on that because I think that foul ni Batalier, okay, a push ni Ira Batalier na kaya nabangga ni Zachary Wang itong si Josh Toralba on the layup.
So there could be no continuation. It would be a foul on Ira. But could it actually warrant a no count on the layup?
I think they will give, sa akin most of the time, pag ganyan na nangyayari sa experience ko, ibinibigay na nila yung puntos. Pero yung foul mawawala.
Apparently not. It still is on Zach Wang. So there will be a bonus free throw for Josh Toralba. He did mention Josh can be an X factor in this game. But then he has 8 points. So that's near his average as a Manila player this season. Toralba, though, cannot convert from the line. He's 1 out of 3 so far from the stripe. 62-55. Panganiban. And to Orlan Mamar. Down the middle, 2 free throws.
Again, the impact of this guy. Just got inserted. Now, will be going to the free throw line right away.
It's on Toralba. So we're back to the 82% free throw shooter. He is 0 out of 1 so far tonight. He missed the technical free throw that happened in the first half. But now, he will not miss out on this report by Megan Cabrera.
Mig, sa huddle nga ng San Juan Knights, tinanong ni Coach Nani Ipondalan, mas sustain ba natin to? Dahil sabi nga niya, hindi tayo mananalo if hindi natin to masusustain at hindi to gagana kung puro out of system plays yung mangyayari at magkakanya-kanya sila. So in the remaining minutes of the game, it's all about sticking together, sticking to the plan, and really just sustaining. Mix and Coach Louie.
So the theme applies on both ends, on Manila and onto San Juan as well. Sustainability for our game as Josh Toralba just scored off of that dime by Greg Slaughter.
One of the easiest basket na nakuha ng Manila in this game. Of that corner and cut play coming from Josh Toralba and Greg Slaughter.
Off a Papao steal, it's no layup for him. The ball went out of bounds in favor of Manila.
How much longer will, ang tanong ko is, Rainiel Hugnatan will be sitting down.
Hugnatan in this game has played 14 minutes with 8 points to his name. Batalier onto Toralba for 3. Way off. Rebound. And no basket for Paulo Javelona. San Juan on the counter. Panganiban all the way for 2.
And consistently, San Juan does that consistently. Alam mo yun, sumut man o hindi, pero gagawin pa rin nila.
It all happened so fast for Nico Panganiban, who now has 8 in this game. Batalier could not convert. Good tap by Zach Wang. And here's Nico again. They have numbers. Orlan Momar with a layup. "16 points for Orlan Momar. Back with Manila. 6 minutes and 15. Greg Slaughter against Zach Wang. Cross-court feed. Jimboy Pastoran.
Almost a travel.
Toralba for 3. That's big. "13 points for Josh Toralba. That was 3-pointer number 2 for him. Panganiban escapes. How about that move?
And Nico Panganiban in this second half.
What's the word? He's been unconscious.
Oo.
Panganiban has 10. In the first half, he had 0. Oh, Josh Toralba able to convert again. This is his best game so far
Oo
for
naman.
Manila.
Again, di ba pinag-usapan natin to right before the game na I'm trying to look at him because in their last 3 games, he was so effective.
Marquez, no good. Jeff Tahonera almost got the board. And here's Manila with an all-important possession. Toralba flies, no basket. No numbers for San Juan. Omar using the screen. Orlan being patient. What a kick out to Zach Wang. And it's Dexter Marquez with an opening. It's a steal by Javelona. Forward to Pastoran. Jimboy, stop and pop.
No good.
Off to the left.
Ito yung sinasabi natin. Can Manila keep up with this kind of pace, di ba? Kita mo talagang winded na. Winded na si Batalier. Winded na si Slaughter. Kasi ito si Orlo Mamar, nakapagpahinga pa.
James Sena and Zax Gonzaga are set to check back in. Nice block by Slaughter against Wamar. And here's Jimboy Pastoran. Toralba to the corner. Javelona for 3. Yes, sir. The lead is down to 4 points.
Oo.
San Juan at some point led by 16 points in this matchup. It's been a big-time fourth quarter for Manila.
The power of three-pointer. I think that this is what Manila is using para to trim the lead down to 4.
That's their 8th three-pointer in this game. It was actually quite a dry spell for them in the second and third frames. Kung saan nauna ang San Juan in terms of three-point shooting. And so things have normalized and we have a 2-possession game here in San Juan. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fans of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with a muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor at oras na rin para imbitahin ninyo ang inyong mga kakilala, pamilya, mga kaibigan na manood sa ating laro dahil 4 na minuto na lamang ang nalalabi between Manila and San Juan. It is 70-66 in favor of the home squad. And again, this is a statement game for either of our teams. Somewhere out there, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns should be watching. The Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards should be watching as well because they will be meeting these two teams in the North Division playoffs if things go according to plan. But again, the lower seeded teams would have something to say about that.
Yeah, coming very soon.
Antayin po natin.
And we're down to the 3 minutes, 55 seconds in the fourth quarter, and Manila winning by this quarter 16-8.
Can they continue? Almost a turnover. Panganiban. Short. Wow, what a rebound. How about San Juan Knights just risking their bodies for that basketball?
And that's between Michael Malonzo and AJ Miranda.
Now Reynel Hugnatan will return. He checks in for Jeff Tahonera. Could this be the final lineup of San Juan? This play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki, the open court favorite for Nico Panganiban, who returns the favor onto his point guard, the main facilitator of San Juan, in Orlan Wamar Jr. The pull-up by Sena. No good.
Could have been big. But that's his shot. Alam mo yun, talagang kukunin talaga ni James Sena if nasilip niya na meron siya opportunity for that.
He scored 11 points versus Negros, mostly coming off of those mid-range jumpers. Orlan Wamar all alone. Short. Manila, nice pass by Havilona to Enzo Navarro. And it's down to a one-possession game. (70-68), under 3 minutes to go. Reynel Hugnatan, hand off to Panganiban. Nico drives, that's a foul, 2 free throws.
Again, being aggressively attacking the basket is Nico Panganiban. Alam mo yun, talaga medyo may dry spell na sila in terms of 3-point shooting. So, decided na instead of long bomb, atakihin ko na lang.
On the other end, that's a beautiful feed by Paulo Havilona, finding his main facilitator in Enzo Navarro. Navarro, in this game, has 7 points and 7 assists. That basically puts him up to his numbers in this season. Panganiban, that's his first free throw tonight. All of his 11 points have been scored in the second half.
Big second half coming from that guy.
One more for Nico Panganiban, the product of Fatima University, with Coach Ralph Rivera, able to convert. 72-68. Enzo Navarro. And that's our player matchup.
And San Juan sticking to that 2-2-1 defense na mag-end up on a 2-3 zone.
A three-pointer, Josh Toralba, in and out. Rebound, James Sena. Kick out to Zags. Enzo's wide open. Zags unable to reach him. Now there's the feed, Navarro, 5 on the shot clock. Gonzaga,
that's
way off. Rebound, it ended up with Navarro, one more. And there's a foul called. There will be a review. This would be big.
Was it a foul or a shot clock violation?
Somebody called the foul, but we did hear the buzzer. That's why our referees are now on it with their own monitor.
Nakala natin kahit na hindi masyado tayo filled up here in the Philoil Arena, pero grabe yung mga tao.
You know, these San Juan fans are so used to MPBL basketball already. As we take a look at that previous sequence.
Yeah, shot clock already.
Okay, we'll just let our referees be sure about it.
Yeah, great angle there from our cameraman. By design naman talaga na kailangan talaga nilang tamaan yung oras sa likod eh.
Yeah.
The shot clock has expired.
It is a
The
shot
whistle.
clock violation.
Shot clock
I was talking about the
violation.
fans of San Juan. I thought that they weren't coming. Kasi tapos na yung second game at konti pa yung mga tao.
Kasi, di ba, pinag-usapan, kasi umulan ng malakas pero darating pa rin pala sila.
Alam lang kasi talaga nila yung oras ng laro ng San Juan. They just came in at the perfect time. They have been champions already back in Season 2. Although only a few mainstays are in this roster. Orlan Mamar, Joseph Ubalde, and Jeff Tahonera. That's it. Everybody else is new. There's Michael Calisaan, not available because of a leg injury. He hasn't been able to play since the beginning of August. But we hope for his speedy recovery. Here's AJ Miranda. Approaching the last 2 minutes. Orlan Mamar attacking and scoring. These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Oo. You know, ayoko na sabihin na smallest guy, the biggest guy on the floor delivering for San Juan.
The biggest guy on the other end delivers for Manila. Ayan, literal na yan. Greg Slaughter able to convert. That's 15 points for Greg Zilla. Now this is a mismatch. Panganiban, he fires. Nico Panganiban from downtown.
What a shot!
That's 15 points,
You know,
all in the second half for Nico Panganiban.
That shot by Nico Panganiban, that three-pointer versus Greg Slaughter, you know, it comes with the trust of the four guys na kasama niya.
They let him be
Oo.
on an island with Greg Zilla. Look at him with all the confidence in the world against a 7-footer pulling up, and it's nothing but net. The fans rejoice here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. 77-70.
Oo.
Enzo Navarro, an opening for him. Navarro, this is big. Zags, yes. Finally, the first 3 points of Zags Gonzaga.
Oo, what an answer coming from the Manila SB squad.
Back to a 4-point game. Major Miranda dancing with CBC. Miranda, no good. Nice tap by Malonzo.
Oo naman.
And Orlan is fouled by Toralba.
And just the third team foul of Manila. Ito yung value ng Michael Malonzo kanina pa, no?
And yung palang ginagawa niya na yan. He didn't even need the rebound to be on his tally. He just had to do the right play. And there's the right play for Manila.
Oo, and what a decision coming from Lorenzo Navarro na instead of sa layup, okay, choosing to pass to Gonzaga for a three-pointer.
This is Orlan Mamar Jr., our player matchup for tonight. Mamar, the drive and the turnover. A crucial possession for Manila. 35 seconds to go. Gonzaga for 3. No good. Recovery for San Juan. They can slow down.
So most likely, that will be it.
6-second differential. Will Manila foul? There it is. The last foul to give for Batang Sampaloc.
Now down to 21 seconds left in the clock.
One more inbound for Nico Panganiban and company.
Yeah, one good inbound away.
Toralba has 4, by the way. Hugnatan. There's the foul. I thought Slaughter was trying to foul Hugnatan already. It's Orlan Mamar who will proceed to the line.
Now who came up in the clutch?
Dalawa sila. The two guards. Nico Panganiban and Orlan Mamar.
Oo, and both guys were really big for San Juan in this second half.
Orlan Mamar converting on his first free throw. In the first half, Orlan had 5 points and 5 assists. He now has 19 points and 7 assists. While Nico Panganiban scored all of his 15 in the last 2 frames. This is the starting point guard of the North All-Stars. Able to convert. The franchise player of the San Juan Knights, making Senator Jinggoy proud. 18 seconds to go. It is a two-possession game. This is not over yet.
Oo naman. And you know what you're gonna like with this both squad is they defended well. Alam mo yon, itong malayo sa averages ng parehong koponan yung nakikita nating scoring.
We'll be back. It is 79-73 with 18 seconds to go. Nico Panganiban has hit 3 3-pointers in the second half, totaling 15 with 3 boards and 3 dimes as well. So Manila will have 14 on their shot clock. Josh Toralba inbounds from the side. They go to CBC. Left open for 3. That's good. It's a one-possession game with 15 seconds to go.
Wow, they were able to get that quick.
So this will be the second to the last timeout for the San Juan Knights. Let's see that previous sequence. CBC found himself all alone.
Oo. You know, I was about to say na watch out for Josh Toralba because the way it was designed, ibabalik agad nila kay Josh Toralba.
Yes.
Pero nakita ni Brian ni CBC na he's open, so instead took the shot.
We got Navarro, saka ano. So naka 2-2-1 tayo na ganyan, 2-2-1. 2-2-1. Hey, if they pass the ball here, we're trapping. If they pass the ball here, we're trapping. We're trapping 2 times muna bago tayo pumaul. 15 seconds pa. We have a lot of time. Oh, look, go. No, so Navarro. You're here. You're gonna get the steal. Look. Okay. We're baiting them to pass it here. We're gonna double. Hey, we're gonna steal. If they pass here, we're gonna double. You're gonna steal. Blake's gonna be the last line. Let's go. Steal. Josh, GT has 4. Josh has 4.
You know, it's not very normal for us to tune into a defensive huddle. And so as Manila would try to trap these San Juan Knights.
Oo. So more importantly, for San Juan Knights is to inbound that basketball first and not expect na fa-foul agad etong Manila. Diba? They need to protect that basketball first.
Almost a steal there. Orlan Omar is fouled, and so that's going to be free throws already for Orlan. He is the best free throw shooter of the Knights. 4 out of 5 so far. That's right to his average.
2 free throws. Orlan Omar Jr.
This is the 16th game where Orlan Omar has scored in double figures for San Juan. That's a crucial missed free throw though. Much to the dismay of Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Look at him react to the missed free throw.
Hindi na siya sanay sa ganito eh. All the opponent, talagang they've been winning double digits. Diba?
Mamar, 1 out of 2.
So
No more?
Manila, no more timeout.
Oh, that's a steal by San Juan. Unfortunately, Agent Miranda stepped out of bounds.
And again, the trust of Senator Coach Jinggoy Estrada putting AJ Miranda to end the game, though he really struggled offensively in this game.
Miranda hasn't scored, 0 out of 5, and here's Enzo Navarro. 8 seconds to work with. Navarro is fouled. That's free throws already. Oh, this could be very tricky. Navarro can make the first free throw, And then, anything can happen.
Oo. But, importante yung first free throw niya.
Yes. John Hamon will check in, possibly, to shoot that three-pointer in the next sequence. This was the foul. So again, the first one is a more important free throw. That's good for Navarro. It's a one-possession game with 6 seconds to go.
Now you have a Greg Slaughter there inside. Pwede mong patapikin na lang yung bola.
CBC is there to help out as well. Navarro. An intentional miss, but it still ended up as a make for him. And so, the lead is 2 points. San Juan will use its last timeout. This is still 6 seconds.
Oo naman. A lot eternity in basketball, 6 seconds. Pero San Juan needs to devise something really very good and get that basketball.
This guy, ikaw yun habang ngayon. Kasi si Josh kanina, di ba? Nandito si Navarro. CBC.
Coach, i-bait talaga natin na open. I-bait natin na open.
Oo, bait natin na open. Saka natin, baka influence.
6 seconds lang.
Kaya, 6 seconds, kaya.
Corner ka pa rin. Subukan mo kumuha ng bola. Subukan mo lang para maging busy itong tao na to. Senior lang po. Okay, sino mo try to sino mo lang to. Okay. Ganun pa rin. Okay, sino, pumunta ka rito.
San Juan will have 6 seconds to work with. Now, first things first. He can't afford to lose the ball.
And sa akin dyan, gagamitin ko na because I know Greg Slaughter will pressure that much. Gagamitin ko na yung tao ni Greg Slaughter to get that basketball.
It's Nico Panganiban fouled. Let's see his free throw tally. Panganiban is 2 out of 2 so far tonight. He's been the second man up, stepping up as the star for the Knights behind Orlan Mamar's 21. Turalba will return for John Hamon. If Panganiban makes only 1 or even 0, it's a chance for Manila to extend the game or even win it. The first one for Nico is, no good. It bounced out.
Kitang-kita dun pa lang sa flick ng kamay ni Nico eh.
I thought he had a chance with the bounce, but to no avail. And there you see Senator Jingoy Estrada giving a blessing to Nico Panganiban's hand. Let's see if it will work. It's going to be a one-possession game either way. Panganiban to extend the lead to 3. No good. Rebound Slaughter. And here's Manila. 1 second. CBC unable to launch it. And San Juan survives on their home floor.
Again, escaping. Pero again, what a fourth quarter. What a comeback for the Manila team. We thought that San Juan Knights was in full control sa ball game na to, pero they proved us wrong. They showed us heart. They showed us resiliency. They were able to get back in this game. Pero it's just San Juan, especially Orwan Mamar and Nico Panganiban, proven to be more steady to finish the game.
Manila outscored San Juan 28-18 in the fourth quarter, but you mentioned it to me a lot of times, that three-pointer by Nico Panganiban was so big. The layup of Orlan Mamar Jr. as well.
Both players, one-two guy nitong San Juan Knights talaga delivered the clutch for them to get this win versus a very strong and a very tall Manila SBIC squad team.
Again, Panganiban had 15 in the second half, but our best player of the game brought to you by Daily Fantasy. Dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro is none other than the franchise player of the San Juan Knights, the North All-Stars starting point guard, Orlan Mamar, who finishes with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal to his name. His final score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Orlan Mamar is now with Megan Cabrera.
Maraming salamat, Migs. Once again, our daily fantasy best player of the game, Orlan Mamar, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. 16 points doon, lahat nasa second half. Ano ba yung nagpa-click sa'yo sa second half? And talagang paano mong talagang niretain yung instruction ni coach na kailangan nyo mag-sustain?
Nagpapasalamat ako sa mga coaching staff namin kasi yung tiwala nila sa akin, buong buo. Di ko naman sinayang. Gusto ko lang din manalo kasi yung parents ko bumiyahe from Bohol para lang manood dito. Yun.
Anong masasabi mo sa team performance yun? Especially you had 51 rebounds, 18 points doon galing sa turnover ng kalaban and 19 fast break points.
Yung coming from this game, sinabi lang naman sa amin ni Coach Nani na doon kami malakas sa fast break. Inano lang namin yung mga kung saan kami malakas. Yun.
Orlan, alam naman natin, pinahirapan kayo ng Manila ngayong gabi. Pero excited ka na ba maging teammate si Greg Slaughter sa All-Star Games?
Oo naman. Naglo-look forward. Actually nga, yung bago matapos, sinabi niya, see you in Zamboanga daw. Yun, nakaka-excite din maglaro na kababayan ko pa taga Cebu.
Siyempre, Orlan, ito na yung pagkakataon mo para bumate at magpasalamat.
Una-una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat ko kay Senator Jingo Estrada na walang sumusuporta sa amin. Kahit may sakit, nagko-coach sa amin. Boss Jeremy Go, Congressman Brian Yamsuan, Boss James Go, Boss Nolet Otaysa, sa aming mga sponsors, Go for Gold, 4-Piece Party List, Pinin Club Grill, JSU Amusop, Bicol Saro Party List, Power Hope Sports Clothing, at sa mga taga-San Juan, Alayon FR, Laksan FR pala. Tsaka yung binabati ko yung parents ko nandito. Para sa inyo itong laron to. Tapos girlfriend ko, nanonood ngayon, si Lolo Boy, si Lola Belen, si Tita Mariel, si Tito Sorwin, sa mga Dangeros family sa Vidoro, Tolosa family, Fajaro family sa Zambales, Team Takas, sino ba ba? Yun lang siguro.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations to you and your team. Once again, our best player of the game is brought to you by Daily Fantasy. Sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Mix and Coach Louie.
Thanks, Megan. Congratulations to Orlan Mamar, who is very excited to team up with Greg Slaughter this coming September 7 in Zamboanga for our All-Star Day. We'll also team up with Lawrence Victoria, Balti Baltazar, and Will McAloney for their starting unit. Tomorrow, we'll join you guys inside the Alonte Sports Arena for Marikina versus Parañaque, Caloocan versus Pasay. So that's another game with North Division implications for our playoffs. And then, Binyan Tatakjel will defend their home court against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Let's see if Bamboy Remuto can step up against his former team. Thank you for joining us in yet another beautiful day for Philippine basketball. The San Juan Knights get this big-time victory over Greg Slaughter and Manila SV Batang Sampaloc. For Megan Cabrera and Coach Louie Gonzalez, my name is Mix Gomez at ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.